30 minutes, even an hour of sunlight. If possible, even twice a day. You know,
in the morning,
early morning. That's the general teaching. Early morning, late evening. But truly, many of us, Oluchi, many of us are already so deficient in our vitamin D and in our sun exposure. We are so down. So please, just get some sunlight. Now, within the realm of this isolation, if it's possible to safely go out and get this exposure, please do so. Now, in the room that you are isolating, you want to have some degree of humidity. That is also deleterious to the virus. While you are isolating, the human being is also a social being. Talking to people is important. That actually elevates our immune system. Talking, nice comments, uplifting words, compliments, gratitude, all these things boost your healthy hormones like serotonin and melatonin. So isolation doesn't just mean lock yourself in the room and do nothing and sulk all day. No. In fact, when you sulk and you feel down, you feel depressed, that weakens that weakens your immune system. So far as isolation, let there be someone you can contact, whether it's by phone or by TV. Let there be talking. Let there be a lot of compliments, a lot of praying also. Prayer also uplifts the immune system.
Really?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. And in fact, studies have been done where they looked at people who were very spiritual, not religious, so people who are very spiritual, and they tend to live longer or have less health problems than people who are either religious or none at all. So it's your spirituality, your mindset, keep that social interaction by your phone, via camera, getting some outdoor exposure, some sunlight, some fresh air. All these things naturally also upgrade your immune system. Now, some will argue, well, in China, in Wuhan, they were indoors for 2 months and they were able to put the virus under control. I cannot debate that one, but we know what we saw in previous pandemics and the benefits of being outdoors. We understand the importance of social isolation, the importance of prayer, of the proper mindset, having social communication with others while you're going through the treatment and awaiting the virus to surrender back to the owner of the body.
Okay, so basically while you're doing all of those things, basically you need to just drink water, take vitamin C. You know, if you can speak to your doctor and hear what they tell you to do, just take care of yourself.
Vitamin C, vitamin. Remember, recall vitamin D is also very important for the immune system. Okay. Yes, water, fresh air, vitamin D, vitamin C, and a lot of our natural herbs. You know, the dongoyaro and the all those that our grandparents used to give us.
Can you make? You said dongoyaro.
Sorry, I didn't capture your question, but if you ask me about the herbs.
Could you please mention some of these herbs and spices? I know about turmeric.
Yes, turmeric, the ginger,
garlic,
onion, garlic, scallion, shallots, all these over time to elevate the immune system. Many have very clear antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal activity. So that whole body of herbs that we're blessed with abundantly, we should please reconnect with them. Whether you want to eat some of them raw, you can eat onion raw, you can eat shallot raw, you can bite part of ginger raw, you can chew garlic raw, and then some of it you put into your food to season and spice up the food.
Okay. I recall the testimony of Chris Comer, who works with CNN, who said the virus wants you to lay down and sleep and not be active. But you need to be active. You need to walk around. You need to move your body. And we saw videos from those hospitals in Wuhan where people were made to move their bodies and, you know, shake it off, try to be active, right?
Well, sorry, the line, I missed the question again. I missed the Come back again, please.
No, I talked about how important it is to be active. Don't just lay down and sleep. I know rest is also good, but you need to move your body. When the virus wants you to just lay down there and sleep, don't do that. Just try and be active.
And very important to also movement, activity helps the immune system. If you look at all creatures made by God, you find that they're all active every day. They're doing something physically. It also elevates the immune system through several different pathways. So yes, in isolation or in lockdown, please keep active physically. Very, very important.
Okay, then I'll ask you, for those who have probably recovered, I've read stories of those who say after 2 weeks of recovery, they still feel like they have tension in their chest. They can breathe well, but a bit of tension in their chest, a bit of tightness. What can they do? Someone said that at some point you may still need antibiotics, probably if it's developed into a chest infection. You fought this virus, but you probably now have a chest infection. How possible is this?
Okay. It all begins with what was the state of your immune system before this virus came in. It was very weak, and you were in hospital for 1, 2, 3 weeks. You required all the treatments, antibiotics, antivirals, and everything. There must be some degree of follow-up because that system is still compromised. Whether it's following up with your doctor or whoever you are assigned to follow up with, you must do things deliberately to keep that immune system. If you're a sugarholic, sugar has to go. If you are a wheataholic, compromise, let we take a break for them. Focus on things that boost the immune system. Certainly continue the aromatherapy, the steam inhalation. Continue that definitely. Drinking the warm water with lemon or lime, excellent. Do that continuously. Get outside, sun, sit down in the sun. Everything we talked about, you must do it continuously after you've been discharged from the isolation unit or the COVID hospital. You must do things to resurrect and keep that immune system on optimal surveillance and doing its work. We hear that some people have been stigmatized. Very unfortunate. Please allow me to share this real story. I have a in-law, cousin of ours, in the US. Both him and the wife work in the hospital. They both had COVID-19. They had about moderate to severe, moderate symptoms, which they were able to overcome. It took about 2 weeks. They are now part of a study in the US because they have developed antibodies to COVID-19, donating their blood so they can get plasma and see how this can be studied and used to the benefit of others. My cousin-in-law, who used to be liking sugar, don't even bring sugar near him today. The guy is totally focused on his health and wellness. Whether it's meditation or his prayer or it is right food or walking or exercise, doesn't miss his appointments to follow up at the hospital. This is a real life person. We communicate through WhatsApp. Both him and the wife work in the hospital. They both came down with COVID-19. By God's grace, they both recovered. So they are diligent on their health today, and they're helping others who are still going through this scourge.
I mean, there are people recovering from this virus. It has happened to several people, and they've come out to share their stories, how they recovered, what they did, how, what it was really different. And some people say they didn't have any symptoms at all. They didn't even know they had anything. Probably when they lost their sense of smell or sense of taste, that's when they realized, something must be wrong with me. And then they started making calls to find out what exactly has happened to me. So how long do you think this recovery typically takes? How long do you think people stop feeling what effects, I'll say, what effects does this have on the lungs and the chest, that area, and how long does that recovery take? Okay.
As you've been seeing in the papers, there's a shift. Initially, we know that there's an inflammatory reaction in the lungs. But that quickly transitions to what we're finding out to be a problem with the blood's oxygen carrying capacity. what is occurring when you see what you call fibrosis in the lungs is actually the body's own immune system reacting or overreacting. But what is killing people, science is now saying, is something to do with the blood clotting system, the blood oxygen carrying system. So how long would one take to recover? Typical virus, 7 to 10 days, you're back at work. This is a new virus or a strange occurrence in the viral mutation. And we're seeing some people are taking longer, 3 weeks, 4 weeks to get better, to get back to their default or their pre-virus situation. Literally, there are studies going on as we are progressing with the virus. We're looking at data from China, looking at data for those who have recovered in Italy, and also even now we're looking at data from people who are recovering here in Nigeria. So the jury is out as to what is the actual timeline. It varies, and I will use the word on your predisposition, which includes your immune system before the virus, and how diligent you are post-viral post-recovery in maintaining your health.
So you need to maintain your health. Someone asked how efficient is beta cola, and someone else also said how does vitamin D, what does it do in the body?
Beta cola we've known for centuries. It's a boost to your immune system. It also has a special relationship with the airway. And so in many herbal preparations, I can name two, by Pax Herbals, by Maurice Iwu's organization, beta cola for colds, for coughs, for sinus problems, for catarrh are abundant. I advise folks take beta cola every single day. During this period, absolutely. If you are not too averse to the taste, enjoy a full one or a half of one. If you don't like the taste, I tell people, get a coconut and eat it along with the coconut. Coconut has several benefits, which are also antiviral properties. You don't hear to talk about too much. But the structure of, well, that's a whole another discussion. Coconut has antiviral properties as well as the beta cola. So enjoy them together, and it helps to reduce the not so pleasant taste of the beta cola. There are the vitamin D works in several avenues. We know it literally helps the immune system, immune cells, makes them more agile, more mobile, more potent. There are other areas we don't fully understand where it works through different pathways. We know already vitamin D is important for the health of your gut. Your gut is where trillions of microbes reside, which are also involved in your immune system. So there are several pathways in which vitamin D is a huge benefit, directly to the immune cells, indirectly through your gut's microbiome.
Okay, someone else.
Yes, go outside.
Plant-based milk. There are controversies around plant-based milk.
Plant-based milk. Name one. Name one. Tiger nut milk. Hello. If they're referring to soy milk, that's the only one I would say there's any controversy around soy milk. In terms of health value, they supersede the damage milk does to the human body. Now, some milks don't have as much calcium, some have more protein. It's part of your total balanced food package, which includes your vegetables, your fruits, your salads, your nuts, your seeds, as well as the cooked food.
Okay, my children are distracting me. And I'm hoping they don't burst in here, because I told them, don't come and just chill, okay? I'll be out in a few minutes. I'll ask you about probiotics. Probiotics are important to our gut health.
Yes.
And ACAM, PAP and other sauerkraut. How important are probiotics this period?
Okay, let me highlight the importance from a on a stepwise fashion. Most of our processed foods contain chemicals that damage our healthy bacteria. Even the cow's milk that we drink has antibiotics that damage our healthy bacteria. Even the chicken that we buy, they get antibiotics in their commercial cultivation, in their commercial rearing. That throws in antibiotics to your system that damage your healthy bacteria. Hello? When we are sick, we go and buy antibiotics at the pharmacy, further damaging our healthy bacteria. So, replacing that healthy bacteria is paramount. Paramount, very important. There are natural ways to replace it. There are probiotic capsules you can buy in the market. We advise folks to look at this from a holistic perspective. If the deficient GI system for several years, it's likely manifesting already in some ailment or some disease or some pre-illness symptoms you are getting. So see a doctor who understands this physiology so that they can arrest any prior progression, know what you need to replace also. There are nutrients your body may lack because of the damage to your natural microbiome, your natural gut bacteria and other microorganisms. Probiotics play a role, but again, be judicious in the ones that you purchase. Dialogue with someone who truly understands how they work so that you pick the right ones. There are tests that can be done to assess the health of your gut flora. There are tests that can be done to assess the sequelae of deficits of your gut flora. Do your best to connect with doctors or people who understand this wellness or this functional medicine. We use the term approach. Some will say the alternative or complementary approach to medicine. Very important. This is not supposed to go to medical school. So one must be judicious in who you go to assist you re-establish health in your gut.
Okay, someone asked a question about GMOs. You know,
Where do I start, Ogochi? Where do I start? You know this GMO journey. The same way they played the clandestine hands to get GMO passed into Nigeria. The same way they are playing clandestinely to get this mandatory vaccination passed here in Nigeria. The same hands are involved in both, frankly, deceitful and, let me not use too many words here, GMOs damage your immune system. Plain and simple. Go online, do your research. GMOs damage your gut flora. GMOs put chemicals into the body that further compromise your health. GMOs, frankly, should be, for me, outright take them off the market. Bring back the original foods that the body is familiar with.
So people need to speak up against this. A lot of people are not aware, or they are aware, or they're like, I mean, it's science, it's biotechnology, we need to try it out. But I've been to a lot of countries that do not accept GMOs. For example, in Morocco, they allow. They practically said, we're not aware of the science, we're still having our research into the science. Until we know exactly for sure, we won't let it in. So someone asked a question about MSG. MSG, should we outrightly cut it out or just take them in small quantity?
Sorry, I missed the last part of the question.
MSG, should it be cut out entirely or in small quantity? I think MSG is found in also on many of the cubes, cooking cubes that we use for cooking.
Wow, the voice is coming in really, really poor. Something about energy or LNG.
MSG.
Thank you. Monosodium glutamate. Cut it out. Again, that's another negative impact on your immune system. Plus, it puts your brain literally in the pathway for ill health. MSG has no business in the human body. I'm sorry it's so popular these days and it's used and overused. MSG, like GMOs, if you want to enjoy your health into old age, you want wellness into old age, please You don't have
so someone asked, what is the alternative? I know personally I stopped using cooking cubes, so I try to use crayfish. I cook my meat and have the stock for cooking. So I've literally cut that out for almost 3 years now. I've not been cooking with cooking cubes. So for that alternative, that's my answer. If you have an answer, you could also.
That's part of the answer. On that, part of the answer is go for your organic foods. Because of the commercial agriculture that we practice today, a lot of nutrients are lost, are missing from the foods. So the foods don't have that deep, pleasant, passionate taste. If you taste a cucumber organic and one that is inorganic, you will not go back to the inorganic cucumber. Likewise, our food, because of that lack of taste, we are packing in all these extra seasonings. So start with organic food that have the full nature taste of the tomatoes, of the onion, of the cucumber, of the cabbage. Then use the natural seasonings, which has mentioned some of them. And there's a lot of them. Thank you. Double your onion, throw in scallions, you have your ginger, you have your garlic, you have your parsley, you have your thyme. This goes on and on and on. What were we doing before the bouillon cubes came into the country? I think it was the most popular bouillon seasoning cube in Nigeria. It's only about 51 years old in the country. Which means we were doing things for centuries, long before that chemical came along in the cube size.
I must point out that I think the cubes outside Nigeria, in Europe or mostly Europe, they're totally different from the ones we find in Nigeria. Because I think there are stronger regulations. There are stronger regulations here, so it's a bit, I would say, superior or better, I've discovered. Someone asked, when food is written organic, is it truly organic? How do you know? Are there numbers to look out for? How do you know this is truly organic or not non-GMO?
Okay. So in many countries overseas, there's very strict regulation that if you fail to comply, there's liability, hefty penalty. In Nigeria, yes, people are abusing that label. However, we do have a body called NOAN. NOAN is, to my knowledge, the only internationally recognized body in Nigeria that can certify a farm organic. I'm actually a member of the Lagos chapter of NOAN. I have been to them to assess a farm near Abuja about 2 years ago. So there's actually a list of organically certified farms. Today, there are organizations from abroad that want us to export organic produce. And there's a very clear standard that we must meet. Yes, there are many people who are using the term incorrectly, unfortunately. But with time, as our critical mass builds up, we will deal with such people and we will blacklist them.
Okay, but for those who don't live in Nigeria, two questions. Those who live in Nigeria, how do they find organic stores? And those who do not live in Nigeria, how do they, was there a market, is there a sign that tells you this is truly organic or not?
All right, so go online, look for NOAN, Nigerian,
okay.
Or the Association of Organic Practitioners of Nigeria, another acronym. Just go in and search, and you will find their office and just ask them for a list of the currently certified organic farms. Now, there are some organic farmers markets that occur, held by different organic farmers who collaborate. Some, whether it's Ikeja, Ikoyi, or VI, you will need to just look out for them. Now, if you want me to get that information to you, somehow go to our link, Karim Health NG, we're on social media, or Wellness Half Hour, and send a message to us, and we'll get that information out to you.
Okay. Someone asked, how is sea salt? Can sea salt replace cooking cubes? And what's the difference between sea salt and the Himalayan salt? Okay,
that one they call Himalayan salt. Yeah, I presume it comes from the Himalayas mountain. I have not seen where they make it to. That and it looks somewhat pink in color. So I presume it's a form of rock salt. in Nigeria, we are blessed with rock salt. We have several sources of both cave and non-cave rock salt. So you have rock salt in Nigeria, you have sea salt also. Then, of course, you have conventional industrial sodium chloride salt. Yes, if you must use salt, we prefer the sea salt or the local rock salt.
The local rock salt, and there's also been reports that plastic pollution is affecting the quality of the sea salt we have now across the world. That's a problem as well.
We are damaging our environment with this, our behavior with plastic. We are damaging our environment, and the circle is going to come back to bite us big time.
Okay, quickly, I'll also ask. Okay, alkaline water. Alkaline water. How efficient are they? Should we consume them?
Okay. There are some who argue that don't waste money drinking alkaline water because your stomach is acidic. You will neutralize the alkalinity of the water. Now, there are three things you want to be aware of. Water that is naturally alkaline has naturally dissolved minerals in the water. Calcium, potassium, phosphorus, even magnesium, manganese, silica. They are there in the water, and that is what confers the alkalinity to the water. So you're not only getting water, you're actually getting some healthy minerals that the body needs from a natural source.
Even our pure water.
Now, for the most part, pure water, which is the sachet water, most of it is done by reverse osmosis. I don't advise pure water. When you do reverse osmosis, you actually remove those minerals from the water. So pure water,
but that's what a lot of people have access to, sadly. That's what we have access to.
Yes, and the pure water is further poisoned by the plastic bag in which it is wrapped. Both the plastic leaches into the water, and you can even taste it when you drink the water sometimes. The more that water, that bag is left out in the heat, as in some stores you go there and it's outside, the plastic leaches more into the water. A lot of chemical plastics are known to be destructive to your hormones, female hormones especially. So alkaline water is quite beneficial. Number two, when you drink water, many of us gulp it. We're actually supposed to sip the water. And if you sip the water, the absorption into your body starts right from your mouth. As it goes down, your body begins to absorb the water long before it gets to your stomach.
Really?
So please, alkaline water is the way to go. The mineral benefits, absorption occurs right from the time you start, right from your mouth. Alkaline water is the way to go. Your body is naturally alkaline.
Someone asked about the fruits, but you already mentioned those fruits already. Lemon, oranges, someone also asked a question. Before we go, we have a few minutes more. Water in clay or copper pots, does it help alkalinize?
Somebody has been listening. You know now, our grandparents' wisdom was just above and beyond us today. And they knew the benefits of clay pots. Natural earth clay pots. That's the most ideal way to store your water. Ugochi, I was in Indonesia a couple of years ago at a modestly upscale restaurant. And what did I see? Next to the sink where you wash your hands, there was a clay pot for drinking water. Wow. And this was not a village. So this knowledge of our ancestors is universal. Other ancient cultures know about this knowledge. Please, if you can get clay pot, that is the most ideal storage container for your water.
Okay, so you'd say if you get a clay pot, you fetch water or you buy water the normal way you buy it and then store it in the pot.
The pot, yes. If you buy water in the, the dispenser 20
Not everyone can afford the dispenser. So normal water, right?
Normal water, like okay, tap water.
Tap water.
Yes.
So just pour in, and it's fine.
Overnight, and the next day enjoy the water. If you want to be extra cautious, you can boil the water first, let it cool down, then pour it inside.
Oh, so that's a big lesson. That's a huge lesson that a lot of Nigerians should learn. So it's really that simple. We get a clay pot like we used to in our villages. We drink from the clay pot. So it's really so easy.
Yes, I remember vividly. My grandmom. There was only one place she drank her water. She had a clay pot in her bedroom, massive clay pot. If we ask for water, that's where she sent us to get her water or to give us water.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to share that my great-grandmom, whom I was privileged to meet, over age of 100, still walking and talking and fussing. That's all she drank for water.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. We have to go now. Thank you very much for your time, Dr. Patrick Ijewere. We appreciate you, and we've learned so much, from this 1 hour or more than 1 hour. 1 hour. Thank you very much.
For us to make some of our leaders for us to absorb. So, from those three perspectives, what science is saying today, historically, from science and